This is part 8 of our Toxic Leader series. And today I want to talk about the game of the toxic leader and how to reclaim some peace in your life, especially in a scenario where you can't just up and leave. Sometimes the cold truth of a work situation, especially as it relates to a season of your life, is that you're kind of stuck, meaning your expenses and the people who count on you all need to be kept afloat. And in the absence of an alternative or an upgrade, sometimes you just have to weather the storm with a stiff upper lip. I would actually wager a guess that this is more the rule than the exception. But that doesn't mean you have to be stuck surrendering your power and your peace to this toxic leader. If you're good at what you do and you're not a detriment to your organization, that should be more than enough to hold on to your seat at the table. After all, the relationship you're in is a working relationship, not anything else. So what can you do in the meantime to maintain your personal peace when you are attached to a toxic leader? The first thing to do is internal. You have to recognize that you are not engaging with the toxic leader in the same way they're engaging with you. If you're a fairly normal person, you're probably operating under the assumption that relationships are built on reciprocity, respect for one another, and maybe shared mutual understanding. This is an assumption that most people carry because it's what allows for meaningful human connection. And that's no matter what the hierarchy looks like. Unfortunately, the toxic leader does not agree with that framework. Their view is entirely different. They have zero interest in mutuality. The only thing that interests them is a power dynamic. Their primary interest in every single interaction is to secure control, keep attention on themselves, and have every thought and opinion they carry validated. And if that means they need to resort to manipulation tactics and have you question your own reality, so be it. It is fine for them. They will do it without hesitation, without remorse, and they'll even go so far as to undermine your confidence to make you easier to bend to their will. And that's the root of what makes them toxic in the first place, is the lack of guilt. Now, where you start to surrender your power and your energy is by continuing to chase whatever dangling carrot they put up. You're looking for their approval, and you assume that if you're kind enough, if you agree enough, if you do well enough, or if you go out of your way enough for them, that eventually you're going to see them come around. But again, that's the illusion that they want you to believe. You could be their top employee of all time, continually going above and beyond, both personally and professionally. And yet when it comes to a point where you show disagreement, express dissatisfaction, or God forbid, ask them for more, they will dress you down and move the goalposts just to keep you in a state of being lesser than them. So how do you reclaim your power without cutting off your nose to spite your face?